Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have the Spice Dream Uno, which is one of the first commercial device sporting the Android One, and it's been around 24 hours since I'm using this device. So in this video, I'll show you the benchmark results and also give you my initial impressions. First, let me actually show you the configuration, and for that, we'll use the CPU Z application. And these Android One devices, this is one with Spice. Google also launched one with Carbon and Micromax, and the internals and the specs are identical on all the three devices, and these devices are sold in India as of now. Let's see the specs via CPU Z. And as you can see, this one is sporting a 1.3 gigahertz quad core processor, which is a MediaTek quad core processor. And regarding the GPU, we have a Mali 400 GPU. I did play some games, and it could play some of the games without any issues. I'll talk about it a bit later. And as you can see, the board manufacturer, it says, is unknown, but it's MediaTek. And regarding RAM, it has 1 gig of RAM, and the screen is a 4.5 inch screen. Though the screen is not very high resolution, but I have to say the screen quality is actually very good, and the colors do pop out, and it has actually quite a bit of brightness in it. So no complaints regarding the screen quality. I was a little bit worried, but general usage, I would say the screen quality is pretty good. And the battery is user replaceable. The back cover opens. Actually, you can check out my unboxing video for more info, and it's a 1700 milliampere battery, and I would say the battery life is holding pretty well. It's still on the first charge. As you can see, I'm not using it heavily, just using it casually. As you can see, it's been 17 hours since I'm using this device, and in standby, actually, it hardly uses any power. As you can see, it's always connected, at least on the mobile network or the Wi-Fi, and it catches the 3G without any issues. Again, as I told you, not very heavy usage, but it's around 1 hour 14 minutes, and the battery life still 60% is there. So initial impressions, looks like the battery life would be decent, but again, this is just with a single SIM, not with dual SIM usage. I'll test the battery a little bit more. It does take some time. So let's just move on and let's see the sensors. And we do have all the important sensors. For example, we even have the gyroscope, we have the light sensor, proximity, accelerometer, magnetic field sensor. So all the important sensors are available on this device. And if we move to multi-touch points also, here also it was very surprising that it registers 10 multi-touch points. So that was amazing. As you can see, all 10 multi-touch points. At this price point, I haven't seen, we generally see about 5, but this does support 10 multi-touch points. Now, if we talk about benchmarks, I ran them and I've saved the score. So let me actually show you the same now. And the first that I ran was Quadrant. And here we got a score of just 4,409. But again, I would say these benchmarks are synthetic benchmarks. They do not reveal the real world performance. The performance of this device was very good. But again, the score for Quadrant is 4,409. I also ran Geekbench 3, and here for the single core we got a score of 363, and for multi-core we got a score of 1191. I also ran the Antutu, and here we got a very respectable score, that is 18,429. So very decent benchmark scores. As you can see, I also ran Nina Mark 2. Yes, I know it's not very relevant. Just let's run it again. I got a surprising score of 62 FPS. Let's just run it again. And the speaker output is also actually pretty decent, I would say. I also made some phone calls with this device. The earpiece looks actually pretty small, as you can see, but in terms of the call clarity, it was very good in my opinion. And the viewing angles are also actually pretty good. The only con I would say is that the screen is very reflective and a fingerprint magnet, if you noticed. So again, we got a score of 62.3. I did not do extensive gaming, but yes, I did play some games. For example, I ran Temple Run 2, Dead Trigger 2 also ran fine. But very heavy games might be an issue because the internal storage is a little bit less. As you can see, I have a bunch of apps installed, and if we just go to settings again, and if we go to the storage, I just now have about 1.31 GB. Hence, I was not able to install very heavy games like Asphalt 8 as of now, because for doing that, I have to uninstall some of the apps. One thing to note is that though this device has a micro SD card slot, but you simply cannot install the apps directly to the SD card as of now. I think so it might be possible after rooting it, but with the default firmware, that is not possible. Some of you have also asked me about the Google Now and the default launcher. Yes, Google Now is there. You can access it via going like this. Also, it's if you just go to the leftmost pane, we do have Google Now. And also the OK Google phrase works. As you can see, it works from actually any home screen. For example, let's try that. OK Google, will it rain today?
Yes, the forecast for today in Hyderabad is 32 degrees with a chance of storm.
So as you can see, Google Now actually works very well, and from the home screens directly you can access it without any issues. For example, let's try this. Okay Google, who's the Prime Minister of India? And the recognition is actually pretty good, as you can see. So Google Now works, and also the performance is actually very fluid. Google did its job. It's very fluid, and I noticed no lagginess even if you have a couple of apps running in the background, as you can see. Some of you have asked me about USB OTG support on this device, but the USB OTG support is simply not there on this device as of now. So that's it for now for this quick overview of this Android One device from Spice known as Dream Uno. I'll also be posting other videos on this Dream Uno very soon, so stay tuned to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.